really want to do lead exposure in animals and see what happens. And that was where I sort of took off into the world of toxicology, and a postdoc here at the University of Rochester, where an individual named Bernie Weiss, who was my mentor, was one of two people in the U.S. who was concerned about chemical exposures and how they were affecting the brain.
In the U.S.
There were literally two people.
Amazing.
The other place was the University of Wisconsin at their primate center.
Right.
They were, I think, working on the time at things like PCBs, which we don't have anymore, which is one of the success stories.
Right.
But yeah, this was one of the few places you could do that. And Bernie was, again, another wonderful mentor and saying, hey, you know, he kind of let me go do my thing, trusted me enough to say, okay. And that took off. I got involved in these pediatric, one of the cohort studies of lead exposure. That had a huge influence on me, the pediatric cohort study, because these mothers would come in every 6 months with their child. We were doing cognitive testing, and I remembered, you know, the mothers would say, you know, I can't afford to pay the rent, I can't afford groceries, now I've got to worry about lead exposure. And going back to my lab and sort of looking at that time, a rat in a cage who was getting lead in a drinking water and thinking, wow, this isn't anything like what they go through, got me on this cumulative risk sort of thing.
Right.
Started saying, well, what are the effects of stress combined with lead exposure?